Hello, this is Judge Lynn. How y'all doing? Oh Lord, they hear me talking and here they come. I don't want. That's my glue gun. See? Plods. Now you got to make your shot. Plods. Plods. His problem is I just ate bacon. That dog, that'll eat everything. He eats everything. But anyway, how y'all doing? I'm going to tell you, I'm fantastic. You know why I'm fantastic? I got out of the house with a girlfriend. Didn't know I had any of those, did you? I love this saw. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, I went out yesterday with a girlfriend of mine. And the interesting thing about being a friend of mine is that you have to understand where I'm a little, because it makes it easier. She knows, for instance, I do not like to drive. So she never, ever invites me anywhere without picking me up and taking me. I'm an adult, 66 years old. Luckily, she has offices not too far from here. And we have kind of like the same kind of mind. We both read a lot. We both, think the same things are funny and important. And she has a podcast. Now, she has a podcast. This wood is so, I should get some cheaper wood. Fooling around with some real wood and can't saw it. This is terrible. But anyway, well, let me stop sawing because it's taking too much of my attention. I'm trying to build a changing table for the nursery. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to have another shelf, where you put all the junk in, and then I'm going to have another thing at the bottom, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put that in there. And I'm also, look at this, I've gotten started on my washer-dryer laundry kit, which is a laser kit of furniture, which is very, very cool. It's all over Etsy. Oh, I'm trying to tell you about how I went out, and all I'm doing is talking about what I did when I was inside. But I don't care. Look at this. I built this out of popsicle sticks and little whatever. But this is going to be one of the display cases in Mumford Mart when I get done with that, when I'm working on that. But anyway, she and I are a lot alike. And she had an interesting upbringing, as did I. Not at all the same, She's white. She was born in a more rural situation, but we both had interesting fathers, and we just really enjoy each other. And the one thing that is so very different about us is that she is fearless. And I'm a scaredy cat. And I've reviewed my life. I've always had at least one girlfriend, or had only one girlfriend, who was fearless, or at least less fearful than me. And they take pity on me. They do. And they allow me to roam with them, even given my considerable restrictions in my ability to do things. And I want to tell all of y'all, I can't call names because I'm going to forget one and then hurt, but all of y'all, thank you. I appreciate that. But anyway, I went out. Well, I'm not going to say that part. Some people are so funny. She was doing an interview with some. Well, anyway, basically he wouldn't make eye contact with me. So I said, "Hey, listen, let me go shopping," and I did. And I'm going to show you what I bought. It's two of the girliest dresses I have ever seen. I do not. At the end of this thing, I may, if I can stand it, I'll try them on for you. I bought one of the dresses just because the lady was so nice. We were just chit-chatting. Her name was Ann. She sold me a hat, too. I really love the hat. The dress is very, very girly. I don't know where I would wear it, but I'll show it to you just so you can get a laugh. And then we went to lunch, and we loved to chit-chat. Talk about everything. Everything. Now, look. Somebody wrote me a question, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, to make a long story short, I am ashamed to say I'm still friends with an old boyfriend who has been married for many years. So many times over many, many years, I have tried to wiggle away from him, sometimes for months at a time, sometimes for even a year at a time, but somehow we'd run into each other and agree to breakfast, lunch, and concerts, only friends. However, again, the frame of separation, for lack of a better word, because I feel guilty. The question is, I still have things in my possession that he has purchased me, some expensive, some not. Should I return them? I've done that before in the past. I would have to speak to him and do so now. Or what exactly should I do with them? I've been tormented over the entire situation for friends for so long. I have so much in common. It seems I've accepted this will never end. There is so much more to explain. I don't really have a desire for him as a lover. However, what is your judgment as to what to do with this situation, gifts in my possession? Can I say this? And this is with love, because I'm Tony Toller talking to Lynn Toller. Okay, I'm Tony Toller talking to Lynn Toller. I'm not talking to you, talking to Lynn Toller. Lynn, don't believe the lies you tell other people. Why do you, what's the question about, should I return gifts that he gave me? You want to contact him. That's what you want to do. A gift is a gift is a gift. If it's a gift, there's no reason to contact him to return it other than you want to do it again. Now, you got to make a decision of who you want to be. You're the subject of your own sentences. Even if you speak in the passive voice, we run into each other after some separation. Now, no, you guys are kind of just da-da-da. You run sort of in the same circles. You enjoy this relationship for what it is. And I don't know if I read it correctly, so I don't know if there's sex or not, but, how you gonna, in some other woman's situation, how you gonna do that? And I know you probably are lonely. Which could very well be true, because a lot of us are lonely. Me and Donna were talking about the epidemic of loneliness in this country, and you need to find something, some passion in your life where that's not when life is just like, and then there's this one good thing in it. Even if that good thing ain't the right thing, you give yourself excuses and reasons. And should I return the gifts he gave me? There's no reason to do that other than to see him. And hopefully things go this. And I'm sorry that now I'm not Tony anymore, because my mother don't say nothing nice like that. I'm not Tony, mother. I'm me now. And it's difficult to be lonely or to have what you believe is a love unexpressed, and to keep saying on the regular, I will not get this good feeling that I could if I just pick up this phone. And you have to make a moral decision about that, his wife, and who you want to be. I don't know if there's sex involved or not, so I really don't know. But still, does his wife know, and would she be comfortable if she did? But you got to make a decision about that And then you got to make a decision if that's not what if you're not willing. And call it what it is. Don't pretend it's anything other than what it is. It is what it is. You picking at this other the woman's husband. But the interest on the back end of sin is a monster. And it keeps you caught up in a situation that will never produce a long-term happy. Well, I can't say that. You never know. I can't say that. You never know. But the question, should I return my gifts? That's your mind working out a way to go to get to see him. Don't let your mind mess with you like that. Don't let your emotions just make you do something silly. You don't like what you're doing. That means you're a person who has a moral compass. Let that sucker go. Let that sucker point you in another direction. And the thing is, most people want to stop doing the one thing that makes them happy, but they can't because they don't have anything to replace it with. This is a big, bad, bustling world, says the introvert who never leaves her house and has to be picked up to go. I know, I understand the hypocrisy in what I'm saying. I know who I am. I know what I haven't done. I get all of that. I haven't even checked my sound. If the sound is bad, I'm going to be mad. No, it's not. But anyway, don't be like me. Well, be like me in that I just don't believe the lies you tell other people. You want to see this guy, and that's the excuse you're going to use. And then you got to make sure you're dealing with the truth in your own head, because it's hard to do. And I know, find something else that floats your boat. I mean, there are so many avenues of happiness that are unrelated to, well, I mean, there have been studies out there that the significance and the number of and the value of relations, the grand study is the value and the depth and the good in it. But that's not, this relationship isn't that for you. You need to build a community that don't include him, But if the question is, should I call him to return the gifts? Do it if you want to see him, which is what you want to do. But don't do it if you don't want to. There's no reason to. There is no reason to return a gift. A gift is a gift is a gift. You know what I mean? Now, if looking at the gifts bother you, give them away. Sell them. Vets might need them. I got a ton of stuff over there for the vets that I just haven't gotten around to calling them yet. But if they're bothering you and they make you think about them, sell them. Give them to somebody or do something or put them in a safety deposit box somewhere. There's all kinds of different ways. But you got to remember what it is you're looking for. Are you looking to get away, or are you looking to justify yet another reach? You ain't a bad person. You just one of us. Out here trying to stay calm, cool, and collected in a world that is just on emotional fire. Having said that, I will say this. I ran into somebody rude the other day, and I was cool about it, and it wasn't a problem. But, I always say this. Courtesy is the grease on the wheels of social interaction. There's no downside to being kind, to being polite, to smiling at somebody, making eye contact. We do not want to adopt the horror that is happening. We want to build structures that not only prevent us from becoming part of the horror story, but also produce the kind of mass emotionality that will allow us not to kill each other all the time. That's what Bloom 365 is about. That's who the orchestration about. What causes the root causes of all of these things? And everybody disagrees about this, that, or the other thing. But there are things that you can do and improve. And I did not mean to go down this road. I really didn't. I meant to laugh at my house. And I don't know how I got here. But anyway, call your mama. Your mama around, you ain't talked to her for a while. Call your mama. Call your daddy too. We old people. I don't know what that brought that to mind. Listen, y'all have a good day. And enjoy as much of it as you can. The path of least resistance takes you to the place with the most persistent problems. Resist. Resist the urge to take your call for the gift. You know you don't need to do that. Call and, join a taekwondo class or something. That's what I should do. I had a black belt in taekwondo once, and I couldn't beat up a pillow. Y'all have a fabulous, fabulous day. Now, this is my first purchase. I should get up on a chair so you can see. Well, now you can't see me. But anyway, I bought it. I think I'm a little too old for it. But it was girly. I thought, And then this other dress, you ain't gonna believe. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is dress number 2, which I don't think I'll ever wear. But it's girly. I try to act in opposition to how I feel. Now I'm trying to shop in opposition to how I feel. So maybe I have a closet that is a little better than the one that I'm stuck in. I don't really know. And I think I said, did I say I'm too young for that other dress? I meant to say I'm too old for that other dress. It's a little probably too old for this one too, but I did it.